The topic chosen for discussion today is human resource planning or manpower planning or workforce planning. ஸோ தமிழிலே சொல்லப்போனால் ஒரு மனித ஆற்றலை வளப்படுத்துவதற்கு அல்லது மனித ஆற்றல் குறையாமல் ஒரு நிறுவனத்தில் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக ஆள் சேர்ப்புக்கான ஒரு திட்டத்தை வகுத்தலுக்கு ஹியூமன் ரிசோர்ஸ் பிளானிங் என்று பெயர். ஹெச்ஆர் பிளானிங் ஆர் மேன்பவர் பிளானிங் ஆர் ஒர்க் ஃபோர்ஸ் பிளானிங் என்று பெயர். ஸோ இதில் முக்கியமாக என்ன நடக்கிறது என்றால், அங்கே ஹியூமன் ரிசோர்ஸ் மேனேஜர் மற்றும் அதிகார டாப் ஆஃப் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் எவ்வளவு ஆட்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள், எவ்வளவு தேவை, எவ்வளவு நிறைவேற்ற வேண்டும், ஏனென்றால் அந்த ஆர்கனைசேஷனுடைய ஆப்ஜெக்டிவ், அதனுடைய முக்கியமான பணியானது எந்த விதத்திலும் தொய்வு வரக்கூடாது என்பதற்காக இந்த ஹியூமன் ரிசோர்ஸ் பிளானிங் செய்யப்படுகிறது, நடக்கிறது. ஸோ இட் இஸ் அன் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் part or a vital role, it keeps a vital role in human resource management. We will see it identifies the current and future HR needs for an organization to attain the objective or goal. So it estimates or identifies the need of the present and future needs, and what is the gap between this, and how to fill up the vacancies are all dealt in human resource planning, so that the organizational objective is not disturbed or the goal is not disturbed. That is the main objective of human resource planning. We will see how the human resource planning is undertaken. First, HR planning involves 4 steps. The important 4 steps are: one is current HR, human resource. What is the availability of the present manpower? In each and every department there will be a manpower or the human resource. What is the availability? That is the present source. In each and every department they will be having the list of the present manpower. And second, forecast of HR requirements. Actually, what is the actual requirement for the forecast of future requirements? So there may be the requirement will be there, and what is the gap in between these two, future requirements and the present manpower. Second thing, third thing is the development and talent of staff. Some of the staff may not have enough talent or the skill to do the job, so that they have to be trained in such a way to cope up with the work. So the development of the present staff, because suppose even if 10 persons are not talented, it will affect not only the outcome of the organization, but they will disturb the others also. So it will affect the major manpower. So that has to be taken into account. That is, the training needs to be identified, or how the skill of the untalented staff or unskilled staff can be improved. For that the plan should be evolved. And then the fourth one is review and evaluate. Then and there the review is always made and evaluation is also made. What is the condition of the staff, what is the requirement, and how far they are performing, whether they can cope up with the production, or what is the drawback in that, what is the shortfall, pitfalls are there. All these things are to be identified. For that the evaluation is a compulsory process in the course of running of the management. Then that is the present position and desired HR. That is the what is the present position and desired HR. These always have to be analyzed always, evaluated always. The pros and cons should be always be analyzed. Then next thing is what is the what is the benefits of human resource planning? The benefits are there should not be any pitfall in the workforce. Second thing, unnecessary expenditure can be cut, and the production which is coming out of the industry will be of superior, and the company reputation is not affected, and there will not be any lacuna in workforce, and the cope up with the work will also be better. So these are all certain advantage of human resource planning. If these things are absent, then there may be pitfalls or lacuna in the output will be there. Then main drives of workforce planning. What are the main drives? What should be done? First, internal labor. What is the labor available in the organization? That is internal labor, called internal labor. Current and future skills. Then gap imbalances. What is the current status of the employees and what is the future skills required, and gap imbalances. What is the gap in these two? That has to be identified. That is the internal labor. The internal labor are always to be evaluated. Then external labor. Then we may be forced to, in an organization, we may be forced to take the external labor from outside market, that is, or from the other sources, that is called external labor. Among the internal labor, they could not cope up, they could not adjust the workforce, so they have to take compulsory the external force from by giving advertisement or by direct walk-in interview or in so many ways. Then business change. Sometimes due to the market is always change is the permanent. Nothing is permanent in the world except change. Change is the permanent. So the taste of the consumers are always changing. They require more sophisticated product. So naturally there will be business change will be there. They have to change the pattern. They have to change certain special qualities in the production. So for that what is required is skills. Skilled laborers are required, so that they have to recruit the new people and hire and engage the current. They have to hire the people. These are all the adjustments have to be done always to cope up with the current change requirement, the current business change and future workforce. These are all certain things were required in the drives of workforce planning. And next thing we'll see what is pest analysis. The pest analysis have to be done. That is P for political. P stands for political. That is example the demonetization. Any business development is depend upon the political factors. Suppose the government may the industrial policy, the license, there is no need to get license. There is a lot of facilities are given to start business. Say for example medium small scale enterprises, and then so many concessions are given by the government to start business and to, because considering the development of the country and the employment, they give lot of employment opportunities. So political factor is always affect the manpower planning. So say for example in 2016 demonetization of 500 currency and 1000 currency was made, and all of a sudden because of this the money rotation was not there. Lot of industries were closed, or lot of industries have to cut short the job, and again getting of money, fresh money was so difficult, and transaction was also reduced. Like that, so many spokes they have put forth on the workforce. Because of that, the industry was affected. That is called political factors. Second thing, economic factors. Due to economic factors also, the manpower planning may affect. Say for example, inflation of money. Now the inflation of money is more, and interest rate is also, they may change the, if they for getting of loan, if they levy more interest, then it may affect the capital investment. And then the exchange rate also, for example, the Indian currency now at a lower rate, the dollar rate is some 78 or something, then so that also affect the output of an organization, and in turn it will affect the manpower planning. Then social factors. The social factors are culture, lifestyle, income, mobility, education, government. So people mobility is very very important. From one area to another area they may migrate. Accordingly, to overall requirement of the consumer commodities may happen, and education also plays a vital role. And then the government factors, lifestyle changes. For say for example, now in all houses they have car. Previously it was not so. It was considered as a that is a luxurious item. Now once considered luxurious item is now the necessary item. It has become a necessary item. In each and every house they have car. So the lifestyle have changed the pattern of the life, and also the requirement of their consumer items have also changed. That is called the social factors. And then technological factors. So now so many new things have come, internet, and technological that is innovations, research and development activities have come, and cost, quality, innovation. These things affect the manpower planning. So technological change is always there. Accordingly, the production also have to change. The requirement of manpower planning also have to be modified according to the requirement. Then next, HR planning process. What is the important thing in HR planning process? Always the job analysis is an important factor. The job analysis includes the job design and job specification. What is the job analysis means? When a job is given to an employee, what are the things it includes? Job design, job specification, how the job should be done. That's called job design. And specification, how the job should be. Say for example, if a thread is to be made, and what is the size of the thread, and what is the, how many threads are to be there, and what is the size of the thread. All these things are called specifications. Specification means how the job should be, what is the requirement of the job, then how the perfection should be there. Those things are called job specifications. So the job design and the job specification are important factors in job analysis. So that has to be considered in an industry or in organization. Then action plan. For action, after job specification and other things have been regulated, then we have to move it to action plan. Accordingly, according to the job requirement, according to the job specification, what has to be done, that is called action plan. That is the plan for action. That is called action plan. First thing is called forecasting the future requirements. What is the forecasting of the future requirement? How the requirements of the future is calculated. Then second thing, optimal employment. That is what is the optimum level of employment in an organization. If less than that or more than that, it will be always dangerous, or it is detrimental to the organization. So that the optimal employment of a human resource is always necessary. Then comparing the anticipated problems, some of the anticipated problems in future, anticipated problems also will be there. Suppose say some power cut may be there, or some machineries they may purchase, and accordingly they have to improve the standard, or they have to, the production may also increase. So that is called the future requirements, the comparing the anticipated problems. Then future manpower requirement, the next one is what is the future manpower requirement basing on all these things. Then factors affecting, what are the factors affecting human resource planning? Which factors affect the human resource planning? That is long range factors and short range factors. Long range factor means the always we have to see what are the things will be in the long run. That's called long range factors. The long range factors are business plan. So always the management draw the business plan. And demographic structures, that is what is the population, how much population is there in a community, and what are the demographic standards or status, are the people who will be dealing with the particular product. That is called demographic status. Growth of labor, accordingly the growth of labor also is monitored. Then the third thing is economy. So the economy is always the main criteria for the factors affecting planning. So economy, if more economy is in the hands of the consumers, naturally there will be purchasing power, and if the purchasing power is more, naturally the product have to be increased. That is called economy. And the fourth thing is technological trends. What are the, suppose if the robots are introduced, say for in automobile industry, we can see the robots are put into action. The doors are will be in a particular place, it will take the door and it will fix the door. Like that, similarly the robots will be put into action. Naturally the reduction of manpower will be there, and that is called the technical trends, robots. And the social trend, that is the reservation bill. What is the, how much employee are to be from this community or that community, how much reservation should be given, that is called reservation bill. So these things will affect the human resource planning. Then long range. Then short range factors, the production schedule. In the, what is the production schedule is a short range factor. Say for example budget, dollar price, etc. These are all affect the human resource planning as a short range factor. And affirm action plan, that is the action plan is affirmed. And relocation plan cost, suppose if the plant is not functioning very well in a place, it may be relocated to the another place. That is called relocation. And plan costings, for that the plan costing may also increase. These are all the short range factors. And the transfer of people, termination of the people, and the reduction in workforce, these are all affect the short range factors. That is, because of this the human resource planning is affected. Then HR planning models. What is the models which we adopt in human resource planning? One is called supply analysis. In supply analysis, what we do, the number of people already there, that is registered on registration, minus number of transfers are to be deducted, and number of retirements are to be deducted. So if these are deducted, their present position will be there. That should be divided by total number of employees, then into 100. This is called the attrition rate. Attrition rate means the people who are leaving the job or getting out of the work, that is called attrition rate. Where their attrition rate will come. Then second thing is demand analysis. Demand and supply is always the economic factor which affect most of the revolving items in the market. So demand and supply, if demand is more, naturally the supply will be less, or if supply is more, the demand will be less, or and price also determined according to the demand and supply. If more demand, the more price, less demand, less price, like that. So the demand and supply is always have an important impact in economy. That is demand analysis. And gap analysis. What is the difference between demand and supply? That is called gap analysis. And next one is called solution analysis. What is the solution to be adopted in this? That is, this is always called turnover index. That is, turnover index means how many people don't want the present job in an organization. They may go out of the organization and they may prefer some other organization. That is called turnover ratio. Suppose if 100 employees are working, some 5 people are going away, are getting off from the organization, the turnover ratio is 5. Like that, the workforce turnover index is equal to number of employees in a time period divided by average number of employees during that period into 100. So this will give the solution analysis. So by this, by adopting all these things, we can be in a position to find out the requirement of the laborers and what is the present, future, and the gap between that, and how to cope the human resource planning without any shortfall in the production. All these things are identified by human resource planning. With this, we conclude this video.